Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me.
How you doing, buddy?
What's going on?
It's a beautiful day.
Beautiful day to be cooped up inside a studio, not diving and talking about it instead.
Only for a limited time.
Yeah, that's true. As
soon as we're done, I'm back outside.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So as soon as we're done, you're going to leave.
No, I just might go outside.
Oh, okay. Soak up the rays, soak up the sun, and then jump in the water. Are you going to jump in the water too?
There's no water here. Like
Well,
your bathtub?
We can make some.
Well, there's the beautiful studio gardens. Come on.
Okay. See, Vinny Two Tanks
What's he
knows.
talking about?
He's talking about the mermaids in the backyard outside of the
Oh.
studio there. Right? That's what you're talking about, Vinny?
I'm assuming that the studio has a patio area and refreshment zone and everything.
Yeah,
It
you
does.
assume.
It
I
does.
mean-
You assume a lot. And they and
No,
you
it
know
does.
what?
It does have a refreshment zone called the kitchen.
Okay, there's that.
Well,
It's a place that Vinny Two Tanks has dreamed about many, many times, but has never been fortunate enough to visit.
well,
And
you've
probably
always
never
talked
will.
about this, your studio and everything. I see
Yeah.
it there. I'm assuming you have all the facilities.
But you've never been here.
Vinny,
yet.
Vinny
Not-
could be our very own garden gnome.
Like a mascot kind of thing?
Yeah, you could just go
no, I
stand in the
can't go
corner.
inside that. I can't go inside the studio though.
Yeah,
No, you'd be out in the garden.
that's
I have to
right.
stay in the garden. Yeah.
Yeah, he has to stay outside.
You can hold one of the tiki torches.
Okay. All right. Well, at least we have a role for him
Mhm.
when he does arrive on the premises without our prior knowledge. Because, we have rules. Anyway, Vinny Two Tanks is Vinny Two Tanks. He's with us
Vinny
as part
Two
of the Scuba Radio
Tanks.
Scuba Squad. And then, of course, we got Jerry the Diver Guy with us as well.
Oh, there he
May-
is. Wow, he disappeared for a second.
Yeah,
That
what
was cool.
happened?
That was a neat
He's like
trick.
magic. He's like part of the new Universal Epic universe here in
Well,
Orlando.
you know,
Don't give them
it's
free
just-
plugs.
Why? I want
Why
free
would you?
I want free tickets.
They're not going to give you squat.
That's true. They won't. But I will say, I got to give them props. They got this new monster ride at Universal as part of the Epic universe, and they've resurrected the creature of the Black Lagoon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So there's a reason divers might find that particular
but
place.
it doesn't open
attractive.
until like
It's
late
open
May,
now.
right?
What did I just say? It's open. It is open
Well,
now
I
for
looked online
previews.
and it said like late May. when
Yeah,
it
for your
opened.
losers that don't live here. But for us folks in Orlando, we can get a little sneak peek. Actually, I think if you're staying at one of the Universal hotels, you can get in right now for previews. So they're doing like a soft opening there, Jerry.
Oh,
So-
cool.
Yeah. But
I want
yeah,
to come down and do the monster thing.
yeah, go see the creature of the Black Lagoon. I actually, one of our fans of Scuba Radio from back in the day, Big John McLaughlin. He used to work with the guy. He was like his mentor was the guy who was in the suit of the creature of the Black Lagoon. He did all the stunt work for Hollywood and stuff like that. So that was his, like he looked to that guy like we looked to Neil Watson, the dive god, without the fins and
In
the
awe.
ugly face. Because the creature of the Black Lagoon, pretty ugly looking, right?
Well, yeah, that's just a costume.
Just a costume, but I don't know. There's a little bit of a diver.
Must be tough to swim in that thing.
Well, I'm sure there was. I mean, I've seen the footage. I mean, he had webbed hands and stuff, so he could swim, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks uncomfortable, heavy,
Yeah.
hot.
Well, it wouldn't be hot. It'd be in the water. They were in the, Florida Springs.
Oh, there
Be
you go.
nice and
So
cool.
actually keep you warm.
Maybe. I don't know. But it's really not on my list. I guess that could fall under that vintage dive category where you're doing a Mark V helmet or
They should have that at the ride
full
at
hose,
Universal.
leather-
You like put on a suit and jump in.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but if I
That
I
would
don't
be cool.
I don't know what kind of sounds did the creature of the black
I don't know.
Lagoon
I
make?
never, that was before.
Jerry would know. He's
I
pretty
don't
old.
believe he ever made a sound, did he?
That's why I'm asking.
I'm guessing it would be something
Don't
like,
think that he did. There was
Now, you
there
made
was
the
no
face.
sounds.
CJ just made the face that everybody can see on Facebook Live, YouTube. Yeah, you look just like him. Nailed it. No, wait, but you're making the sound of Frankenstein. He's on the ride too. Yeah, he should be. Hello, scuba divers. How are you today? Yeah, I mean, I think we got it. If they need help with that at Universal, giving them a voice, I think we got it nailed.
for a large fee.
Well, CJ does voiceovers. That's
Yeah, he does that. That's a thing. So anyway, yeah, I mean that would be that'll be cool to see when that debuts, and it's not like having our own diving superhero like Aquaman, but having your own kind of diving monster. I mean, that has to account for something. I'm
It
glad they're
surely
bringing back-
does.
Okay. I'm not picking up on
Who's
the
the
enthusi-
hero of the story? Is it the woman?
Usually,
Did she get
I mean,
rescued or like?
Sure.
He's a bad guy or he's a good guy?
Well, he's a creature from
Is
the
he
Black
just
Lagoon. I'm
misunderstood
assuming.
and he actually saves her, or does he kidnap her?
Oh, they're all misunderstood, but they're monsters.
So, like, how does
you
she
know.
escape?
Well, there's usually, some, hero that comes to her rescue, especially back in the day.
Like
that was
Tarzan?
typical. Yeah.
He
Oh,
can swim?
What was that? That was Jerry the Diver guy channeling
Tarzan
his best.
hitting a tree.
Okay.
That was Tarzan's cousin,
Yeah, maybe.
Barzan.
Barzan. Able to drink 2 beers 30 seconds straight.
I'm Barzan.
Okay. Anyhow. Yeah, so, I mean, there's a lot going on. And by the way, we're in, tourist season here in Orlando, especially where we're based out of.
Thought it's always
Kicking
tourist
in,
season.
well, it is, but, it's spring break. Easter's next weekend, so this is a big, big week for the theme parks and tourism in general in the vicinity.
Watch out for the Easter eel.
Well, that's right. Yeah. We got, I will say I did a little research online, and we've been talking about the legend of the Easter eel for several years now. And a lot of people just think we made this
It's
up.
like the Great Pumpkin.
But it's a real thing. And I say this year in and year out. There is a story of the legend of the Easter
So it's
eel.
real. These are not just lies that you tell children to get them to behave.
Correct. It's a real thing. You can Google it, the whole thing. I mean, I found this picture years ago of a green moray eel and
Now,
an
for
Easter
those
bonnet.
who don't know, tell them that, he swims up your toilet and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
For those who
That's
don't
how
know.
he gets access to all the homes around the world. Just like Santa goes through a chimney, the Easter eel goes through your plumbing.
He utilizes the sewer.
Yeah. And, we've been doing this for the last few years to try to bring up the visibility of the Easter eel. And we have ruffled some feathers along the way, or some fur when it comes to specifically the Easter bunny.
Yeah, I'll just leave him out of it.
Well, yeah, you could say so. But,
Till next week.
I mean, every year he's gotten a little bit more harsh.
He's angry.
Gets
He's
agitated.
angry that you're giving
Or
oxygen to the
infringing
eel.
on his holiday or something. And I'm like, look, I'm just reporting, what I've read and seen online. And, so we got to continue to do so. That's just what we do here, trying to keep our divers informed on the world's first radio show devoted to diving, okay?
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Lay it on me. Tell me what you can do.
Okay. I can communicate with every living creature living in our vast oceans.
Okay. Talks to fish. Got it.
Also,
I'm going to stop you right there because I know your powers. It's talks to fish. The rest of the page is blank.
I have sonar.
Yeah, for talking to fish.
I have super hearing.
So you can listen to fish?
I can breathe underwater.
Because that's where the fish you talk to are?
Night vision.
So you can find the fish. If you ever want a nighttime chinwag.
I can do a lot more than just talk to fish, okay? I can transport the entire Justice League by manipulating the waves of the ocean.
Oh, wow. You know what else can transport people on the ocean? A boat.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Okay, so we are just a week away from Easter. And lo and behold, we're talking about the Easter eel. I just believe with our platform, it's important for us to inform divers around the world for 28 years now. And the last few, I'd say probably about 5 or so years ago, I came across the legend of the Easter eel.
I think it was longer,
than that.
At least 10 years.
Okay, maybe. You lose track of time.
But yeah, well, he's aquatic.
Yeah. And he's kind of like, comes out every Easter, uses your plumbing, that kind of thing.
Well, thank God you do, because if it weren't for this show, I would have never heard of him.
Yeah. And I think it's a public service.
You just gotta, what? You gotta watch yourself. You don't want to be surprised by
exactly, because it is a diver-centric,
look before you
holiday character.
Look before you squat.
Well, on at least Easter Day, for sure. So let's go to the phones, 888-88-SCUBA. Let's see what we got on our first voicemail of the day.
Yo, Craig, it's the Easter Bunny.
It's Greg.
Easter's almost here.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wanted to wish you and all your listeners on Scuba Radio a very happy Easter.
Right.
And also, have you ever tried smoking the plastic grass from Easter baskets?
What?
Dude, I am higher than the space station.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay, well, rabbit out.
Okay.
He's
At least he's not angry.
He's smoking the grass, the plastic grass.
Maybe it's just calmed down. I mean, last year he got really bent out of shape.
Yeah.
About this whole Easter eel.
Well, maybe this
stuff.
is a new mellow Easter bunny.
Yeah. Maybe
he's
maybe
self-medicating
calmed him down, and he's not as upset about the Easter eel.
And he's stressed about, he's got to gear up, hide all the eggs.
Right. Actually, there's another voicemail. What's this?
Hey, Craig.
Oh.
It's the Easter Bunny again.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say I don't want any trouble this year. I got my lawyers on speed dial.
Uh-oh.
If I so much as hear anything about the Easter eel, that nonsense that you made up on your airwaves, well, my friend, that's copyright infringement.
No.
I'm serious. I will sue your ass into the f***ing poorhouse. Don't with me, you f***ing sucker.
Whoa.
I swear to God, I will you up.
Golly.
I'll rip out your duodenum, dry it out in the sun, then use it to skip rope. Then, after I'm done with that, I'll use it on you like a Colombian necktie.
Jeez.
As dumb as you are, even you can get that.
Oh,
right?
my gosh.
You.
Wow. Golly.
He's going to rip out your duodenum.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
It's part of your lower intestine.
Oh, jeez.
Shoot.
I thought he was.
Vinny's scared.
Can you blame him? Hell, I'm scared after that. I mean, at first I thought, okay, he's gonna let us off the hook this year.
Ixnay with the eel.
And then after that, oh my gosh,
he's a scary guy.
Yeah,
Man.
Easter eel needs some anger management courses or something. I
guess the grass wore off.
Evidently. It didn't.
He needs to smoke some more of
Either
that
the
plastic
grass made him mad and high.
Well, I don't know what happened, but that was disturbing.
Oof.
And, so.
Well, listen, don't let his threats change your show for next week. Do what you're going to do.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's important to.
Can't cave into him.
Once again, use our platform to promote the Easter eel, especially because I've never gotten any attitude from the Easter eel.
Can you block
like
that number? You should block that number.
I don't. It didn't even. I didn't recognize the number. I mean, it came back as like what is it?
Like,
unreachable.
do not. Yeah.
It didn't come back with a number because Easter Bunny is probably, I don't know, where's the Easter Bunny stay? Where in the ground?
I don't know. In his hole.
Yeah. Right.
And
Vinny, do you know?
When he jumps in his hole, it makes this noise. It goes, boo, rip.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, the Easter Bunny, little irritated with us.
God.
But it's just part of the season. Are you okay with that, Vinny, or you feel you're not going to get any Easter eggs?
I think that we should be okay because next week we're like a day before 420, so maybe he'll be more relaxed.
Oh, good thinking.
All right, or twisted thinking. But yeah.
Well, it was along the lines with smoking the green plastic.
Yes.
I thought
Right.
I didn't think of that. Real
That's
stuff.
good.
Okay. Well, maybe that explains why the Easter Bunny is a little loopy more than
and
usual.
I have something else to say.
Oh, God help us. Go ahead.
Since this is a show about diving, I thought that I'd throw this out because every time I go diving, people are flashing these hand signals to me, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
Oh, you mean like you're number one and that kind of thing?
I go diving with all these people, all really good divers.
This is my
and
favorite
I don't
finger.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the Easter eel, so I was just going to ask you guys, what's the symbol for a moray eel?
Oh.
That's like a little tidbit of diving information.
Okay, well,
who knows?
Like this?
No, it's usually you just take your little hand like you're doing a Kermit puppet.
So it's like this.
Kermit.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, like a hand puppet, and you just kind of.
Well, there we go. That was a tidbit of scuba diving
now
information
you know.
for the show today.
Jerry knew it.
Yeah, Jerry
Well,
did
that's
it.
good. See,
all right, so you didn't know that hand
It's just really
signal.
funny because I go and they're giving me all these hand signals. The only one I understand is the middle finger.
Right.
That's the only
Now,
one.
if you were diving and you saw the Easter eel, you'd do the hand signal. But how would you just say it was the Easter eel?
I guess we could do it with two bunny ears on the top, like that.
Well, the Easter eel does not have bunny ears.
No, but he's saying that means
I was
Easter.
thinking of a bunny.
That
See,
means
I'm all
Easter.
screwed
Well,
up.
that's the best way to do it, Greg.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe
it's Easter.
What is he doing?
I like it. I like it.
He's putting
the Easter bunny, Easter eel. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so that'll be the.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But that's what you said. That's what you said, Vinny.
Well, I mean, I didn't. I guess we could make that the official hand signal of the Easter eel, as you just do an eel hand signal and add bunny ears to it. Okay, it's an Easter eel, not just an eel. It's an Easter eel.
So next time I go diving, I'm going to flash that signal, and people are going to ask me, what's that mean? I go, don't you know?
And it's going to leave you a chocolate egg, which I hope you think it's
leave
a chocolate egg.
a hole in his wetsuit.
Yeah. In your underpants. No, I don't know where he leaves it. Anywho, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Scuba Radio. Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Did you ever take an acid?
No.
All right. What happens when you take acid or go scuba diving is the same thing. If you take acid or go scuba diving, you come back. But you're a little different.
I'm a deep sea diver. Got a stroke and I can't go wrong.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. We're gearing up for Easter weekend next weekend, and I'm trying to just inform the diving public today a little bit with our platform. I feel responsible for doing things like this time in and time again. And, you know, we've been doing this show for 28 years. The Easter eel, or the legend thereof, has been something we came across several years ago. And this time of year, I think it's important to inform divers accordingly that if you're a good diver, boy or girl, that the Easter eel may come up on Easter morning through the plumbing of your home and deliver candies and things.
Oh, he delivers candy too?
I believe.
I thought
that's
just
the
the
case.
Easter Bunny did that.
No, that's why the Easter Bunny is so irritated with us.
I thought if it was you were bad, then the Easter eel makes a visit.
Oh, no. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a positive thing. I mean, and I haven't made this up. I found this picture of a moray eel and a Easter bonnet years ago, and a whole backstory online. You can Google it yourself. And right before the show today, I asked AI, like ChatGPT or something, and I just said, hey, what do you know about the Easter eel? And here's what it spit back at us. The Easter eel isn't widely recognized in folklore, pop culture, or holiday tradition. So it might be a joke, but it is a creative twist on the Easter Bunny idea. And it could be a nickname for a fictional character someone made up for fun. I don't know if that's the case. There's a whole backstory I read about it years ago. That said, according to AI, the concept of the Easter eel sounds hilariously bizarre. Like, imagine, instead of a fluffy bunny hiding eggs, you've got a slippery eel wiggling through the gardens, leaving behind slimy eggs full of candy or mysteriously sea-themed gifts.
Like eggs covered in mucus.
Yeah. And then it says, I can dig a little deeper if you want me to. And so I said, yeah, please. And then it came back and it said, the Easter eel doesn't appear to be a wildly recognized figure in the traditional sense. However, it's possibly a modern creation and playful twist on the familiar Easter bunny, designed to add a humorous or unconventional element to Easter celebrations. Okay.
Boring.
All right. Eels do feature in different mythologies throughout the years. If you want more, well, just different. There's other stories. There's Cena the eel. It goes back into some other stories about, famous eels in history. Believe it or not, you can, ask G.
Only famous eels I know are Captain Slates.
It does say, though, it asks me, it says, if you have more details, specific details or context about the Easter eel that you've encountered, such as where you saw these images or particular elements of the story, I can help dive deeper into its origins or significance. So I think maybe that we have to do that.
But it didn't. It really just restated what it already said.
Well, no, it's asking us to give it, proper context for the Easter eel, and we do have that.
I bet when Captain Slate puts on his bunny suit and dives on Easter Sunday,
right,
I bet he comes across the Easter eels, one of his eels.
Well, that could be. I mean, it's, and that's actually.
I'd rather see an eel in the ocean than, in my toilet.
Yes, I would too. I would. I mean, that whole element of it. I mean, that's the only way, though, the Easter eel has access to all the good little divers around the world.
Makes sense.
It has to have a water source.
Right.
And unfortunately, your plumbing's the only access point that allows that kind of.
Nature will find a way.
Right. Exactly. It's science.
Now, does it, could it get up in you? And be like a super tapeworm?
Oh, like a parasite.
Yeah,
that'd be an awfully
then
big
you'd have
parasite.
To take a lot of laxatives.
I mean, the picture I saw online was a big ass green moray. I don't know how it'd get up into any kind of human orifice, which is, I think.
Well, I mean, if you're,
Yeah.
Well, there's some pretty big divers out there.
Okay. Well, thanks for that, Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny knows.
He does. And he's not shy about pointing it out either. Oh, golly. All right. Well, Cock Johnson's lost his crap over here.
Sorry.
I could tell you a story, but
yeah, we probably don't.
Please.
I'd have to preference it first off the air before.
Yeah. And I know
well,
that's.
Don't name any names.
No, let's just not go there. We don't really need to.
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Come on.
Not going there.
Come on, Greg.
We want to hear
sport.
story. No.
Anywho,
right.
The Easter eel. I mean, maybe we need to be at the forefront of this folklore, according to ChatGPT.
We should put out PSAs
and just say, "Hey, you want a background story on the Easter eel? Just listen to Scuba Radio this week." And once again, the story is the Easter eel comes to good little divers around the world that have been good all year, and it comes up through your plumbing and delivers candy just like the Easter bunny.
Only divers.
Only divers.
Okay,
it's
well, it must have access to the certifications. It must know, like
Easter
either Patty or Nowie or
knows
something.
all. I mean, I guess. I know. I've never heard the Easter eel make any, I don't think
So
the
he
Easter
didn't
eel
bother with
speaks.
non-divers.
No.
What about snorkelers?
That's a good question.
Kind of on the line.
Maybe
there.
they get smaller eggs. They get the little small eggs. We get the big Cadbury monster, things with goo in the middle of them. We get the ones with goo. That's it. And but I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I mean,
I thought you were the authority on the.
Well,
Easter
I mean, I only know so much when it comes to the backstory of the Easter eel.
Does he visit your house
every year? Of course.
So you're bad.
No, he comes to good little.
I thought of it as if you're bad. No, it's if you're good.
No, if you're bad, maybe he comes up and bites your ass. I don't know what he does.
In the butt.
Yeah.
Where you bite your buttocks.
I mean, maybe that's. I don't know if that's part of the thing too, or he just avoids those households altogether.
Wow, what's that? A tattoo? No, I got bit by the Easter eel.
And it could be that maybe the Easter eel has some kind of smelling sense and can smell divers.
I don't think it could smell anything.
Maybe it's like a wetsuit, like
crawling up
that funky wetsuit smell that, You've dived.
Yeah, but mine's clean.
Salty.
Mine's clean and dry and put away.
Okay. Well, sometimes animals have like super sensitive snouts.
I hope not.
I don't know if the eels. Do eels have a nose? I mean, yeah. Do they smell? They have to, surely.
Can't see very well.
That's true. They say they can't see well, right?
He's gonna bite your hiney all fat and shiny.
Okay. All right. Well, there's that. All right. So I
try to get a picture this year.
No. I think that would go against the
mythology.
I think it's
You're not supposed to take his picture.
I don't think that would be appropriate.
Dude, that could be a scoop. You could get the world's first.
Be like a Loch Ness monster type picture.
Picture of the Easter eel
poking its head up out of your toilet.
Yeah.
That's maybe that is one. There's someone listening right now, and I don't want to go to the trouble, but
you might drop your phone.
Yeah. Well, just set up a tripod with a GoPro or something by your toilet on Easter morning, if you're a diver, and see if you can capture a picture of the Easter eel. Yeah, that is your mission if you choose to accept it. Vinny, you want to take that role, or Jerry the diver guy?
I missed that.
Yeah, it probably good thing.
But Vinny can take it, even though he missed it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not sure Vinny has been a good little diver though this past year. No, just ask this guy. He said it was fat.
Every time I go diving, I just everybody's such a much better diver than me.
Well, see, at least he admits it. See, so he's not getting squat other than an eel biting his ass. That's the best hope he has for old Vinny Two Tanks. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
When I was a kid, I got hooked on watching nonfiction television in the guise of the undersea world of Jacques Cousteau.
Jacques Cousteau was huge.
They were on about once a month, and it wasn't just the ocean. He would go into like lakes and stuff. I remember once he went into Lake Titicaca in South America, and they took the submarines. And he said, we took the submersibles to the bottom of Lake Titicaca. Much to our surprise, we found nothing but titties and caca. That's the joke we said the next day in junior high.
Let's get underwater.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ in the studio with me. And we got Jerry the Diver Guy and Vinny Two Tanks. Connected via the web. Also, I believe Casey the Tobacco Nut's about to join us, which that'll be one more nut job that we throw into the peanut gallery. Get it? He's a nut. He's a tobacco nut. So he's part of the nut family. And but whether he is going to be celebrating the arrival of the Easter eel next week, I don't know. Casey, care to comment? Have you been planning accordingly? You've been a good diver this year, so the Easter eel probably will come up through the plumbing of your household and deliver some candy.
Yes, I've even left anchovies out as an attractant.
Oh, I didn't know I didn't even think about that.
Well, yeah, you leave cookies and milk for Santa, don't you?
Well, yeah,
sure.
But you don't leave anything out
for the Easter bunny.
Oh, do you leave carrots out for the Easter bunny?
Actually, I leave booze out for Santa.
Booze. It sounds like you need to.
I scattered some anchovies around for the Easter eel.
I don't know. According to our voicemail, I think you might want to lay out some weed for the Easter eel, Easter bunny, if you want him to arrive too.
Yeah, the Easter bunny likes to smoke that plastic grass in the baskets.
Exactly.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah. Well, but Casey's a little late today. Because he was going to look at mermaids. Is that what you were doing, Casey?
I was trailing mermaids on the on the mermaid trail.
The mermaid. Explain. What does this mean?
Arts and crafts display. Several artists did like different tales on rocks, and then they got girls to sit on them, and it was an arts and crafts show, basically.
Okay, so wait. These are real mermaids or statues of mermaids?
The tails are statues. The girls are real, and then they sit on the rock and make them look like mermaids.
Oh,
that's kind of cool.
Okay. I mean, I saw the picture he sent. I thought that they were all.
I thought it was a statue. Yeah.
Yeah, but those are real ladies that are sitting.
The upper half is real, and the bottom is a statue. Yes.
Huh. Okay, that's weird. So, I mean, all right, I guess. It's hard to tell from the picture you sent, but there's real people in those statues, is what you're telling us.
Yes.
Trying to
stand behind
pretend
them or whatever
to be mermaids, unlike our real Scuba Radio mermaids that we have.
Yeah, you know how they're
100% real
because they never show up.
No, they're threatening to show up today.
They're hiding. They're scared.
No, I think Mermaid Kristen's going to join us. At some point
yeah,
today.
don't hold your
or
breath.
Hurricane Kristen. She likes to be known.
Yeah,
as
don't
like
hold your
that
breath,
one.
pal.
That one's good.
Well, that's the law of diving. Don't hold your
Right.
breath. Is that what you're referring
No,
to?
I'm saying.
No, shit. It could
Bubbles
happen.
up.
Bubbles up. All right. Hey, there's another story in the news I wanted to throw out to the squad today. There's a lady who had an unfortunate incident with some sharks in, I think, Alabama, off the Alabama coast, and she got bit several years ago. Maybe lost a hand. It was pretty serious thing. But she is on a crusade, and I believe the first state to look at it is Alabama. But she wants to add shark attacks to like the Amber Alert system, because she says that if she would have known, evidently there was like they had a bunch of bait fish that came in close to the beach where they were, the people were swimming in Alabama. And there was an incident about an hour before hers where somebody was bit by a shark. And then an hour later, she got bit. And she claims that if I would have known there were sharks in the water via an Amber Alert, I wouldn't have gotten the water that day and I wouldn't have been bit. And okay, maybe. But
excuse me. Wouldn't the Amber Alert pretty much be 24/7? Something like, be careful, there's sharks in the water.
Well, that's kind of where I would take
There's
this.
always sharks in the water.
I mean, there's no, the thing is, I mean, you don't know if it's the same shark that bit her. I mean, they're saying the bait fish were really close to the beach that day, and that was bringing in bull sharks, things like that. And
obviously,
that's why they had a rash.
So then we'd have to have an Amber Alert alerting people that there are also other fish in the water.
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I see her side of the story. I do. But I do think it might be a little overreaction. I don't know if, I don't know that it's necessary to put as an Amber Alert, or I don't know. What do you think, CJ? You think? I'm not totally against it, I guess, but I'm afraid it'd do more damage than good.
I think it's a good idea.
You like it. You're okay with it. I
think about it this way. Less shark bites is better for the sharks overall, their image.
Yeah. But just because one
and obviously
person
we don't want people getting bit.
Well, true, but just because one person gets bit down the beach doesn't mean another person's going to get bit necessarily either. I mean, so there's the overreaction problem of, things. Now, if you want to put out an Amber Alert that says, hey, there's sharks that are feeding on bait fish close to shore, okay, maybe that might be.
Well, yeah,
something.
That's what I would assume it would be. Like,
well, no, she's saying if there's a shark attack or someone has an unprovoked shark attack, then they should send out an Amber Alert that so and so got bit by a shark. Get in the water.
Yeah, but an Amber Alert wouldn't work.
Why?
It's not preventative.
Well,
it's after
a lot
the
of
fact.
people on the beach and in
don't have a phone.
Water are not necessarily on their phones. They're having fun, so you'd have to come up with maybe a flag system like Riptides.
Yeah, maybe.
They put up the
they actually, the
lifeguards do that anyway.
They do that. If there's shark activity, lifeguards do usually have something up on their board about that. I mean, Vinny Two Tanks would know that. You've been out to your beach out there on the West Coast.
Yeah, they do have a flag system. Yeah. But that's for surf danger.
Right, but if there's sharks
conditions.
in the water, they usually have. Don't they usually have a board on there? Shark activity.
Will,
yeah,
they'll actually make an announcement. The lifeguards will come on a speaker and say,
"Right,
there's a shark."
Well, exactly. So yeah, I mean, in that sense, maybe it's already, kind of being put out there. I just think it could potentially create more problems than solve them. Even though I know she means well and I feel for her situation, I'm not sure that would be good. And you don't necessarily want to scare everybody out of the water necessarily either. Make them aware that, if someone got bit, maybe some way.
Put out there. I just necessarily.
Yeah, I'm just.
How about we just teach them not to act like food?
Don't be a seal. Don't look like a seal or a wounded turtle on the surface of the water.
Actually, I can remember back when I was surfing and lived in California when Jaws came out.
Yeah.
We all kind of enjoyed the fact that everybody was scared to get in the water.
Why? Because you had it all to yourself?
There were no tourists. The waves were up for us.
Oh, okay.
Crowds.
All right.
Well, that's why I'm against the notice, because we don't need any negative stuff about sharks at all. That just makes it scares more people. Yeah. We got to get way past the Jaws,
I'm with you. I'm with Vinny too.
Yeah, now we have to worry about Sharknado.
Why?
Well, with all the tornadoes,
they had 7 films that scared everybody.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that, actually. I've only seen the movie and only been in one.
You could have the Easter eel flying around with the sharks.
Ooh! An ear-nado.
Eel-nado.
Easter eel-nado?
That sounds great.
Another terrible idea
that script.
From your friends here at the world's first radio show devoted to diving. All right, look, hour 2 is on deck. We're going to talk about dive gear, tariffs, how that affects each thing, and much, much more coming up in hour 2. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Put them down below if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters?
Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving, better known as
The Douche.
The Deuce. And, CJ's in the studio with me. We got Scuba Radio Scuba Squad made up of Jerry the Diver Guy, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Vinny Two Tanks, And but look, there's a lot of stuff going on in the news. We got to talk about this, and I brought in the big guns to help us out. You know, a lot of stuff is happening in the world right now with all this talk of tariffs and that kind of thing. And when it comes to scuba diving, how are they potentially going to affect the stuff we need? You know, a lot of the stuff, especially when it comes to dive gear, is shipped in from overseas. And, you know, it's really too early to know specifically, I would say, you know, what this is going to mean as far as, you know, your favorite dive gear that you use, and will it affect the prices? But, you know, just like COVID, it created a problem for the manufacturers, especially. So I got Jared on from nextdive.com, nexdive.com. Jared, you with us? I think we have him, or maybe we don't just yet. Oh, yeah, I heard something. Was that him? Jared, you with us?
Yep.
Okay, there you go. Now, Jared is a little different with how they run their company there in California, because they have all their stuff assembled in California and have it made to order. Right, Jared? Do I have that part right, or what? What do you think? Well, maybe we don't have
that. Is correct.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Yes. So, so you're kind of tariff proof, just like in COVID, you were one of the few manufacturers, if not the only one, that was able to get product out the door when everybody else was kind of, you know, once they sold the stock that they had available to them at that particular time, as soon as that got sold, they were kind of crap out of luck, right? Is that kind of what happened? And you guys were in a unique position to fulfill a lot more orders, right? Yeah, what do you think, Jared? Oh, I don't know what's going on. Are we losing?
Huge lag or something?
You know, just having the individual parts to make the gear.
Yeah, just had. Yeah, you had them all.
It really helps us out.
Yes. So yeah, I think we got just a nasty delay there, Jared. I'm not sure what's going on, but that's fine. We'll work through it. But yeah, I mean, and so your position probably much better than all the other manufacturers at this point, if tariffs end up being a big problem. Is that right? Just so we get that part out of the way, or what do you feel, or how do you feel about this whole thing?
Yeah, no, we're
yeah. Well,
we're actually in a very good position.
Yeah, good. So you got plenty of stock to assemble stuff made to order. So if someone needs a regulator, BC, whatever the case may be, you guys, they just call you up or reach out to you at nexdive.com and look at the different products online and say, okay, this is the type of diving I do. This is what I want. And you guys will put it together and get it out the door. And you don't really have to worry about shipping stuff overseas, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, good. That's a good position to be in. I mean, do you think the other manufacturers, without putting anybody on the spot, are going to have some problems if this becomes a big issue over the next few weeks? Or what's your feeling about it, Jared?
I think that a lot of companies are going to have an issue, and I've already started seeing emails go out and talk on the streets about people having to increase prices already, and it might be tough for a lot of companies.
Yeah. But that, I mean, I've told Jared this off the air. Yeah, I mean, he did so well during COVID. I mean, that's kind of when you guys really started to shine, because you have a different model than all the other manufacturers in the sense that you make them to order. So you don't have to stock, thousands of BCs and regs and stuff. I mean, you have to have the parts ready to assemble, but you're just not having that overhead of having to fill a warehouse full of gear ready to ship out to dive stores across the country really puts you guys in a different situation. And the key that you can flip them around or produce them so quickly too. I mean, yeah, they make them to order, but you guys, I mean, what is the time frame? If you call up Next Dive right now, can you get a new regulator within a week or so, or is it even quicker than that? Or what is the timeline these days?
If we get an order in, that reg or BC, whatever it is, if it'll ship out in a day or two.
Yeah. Wow. That's good. That's good turnaround.
Fast.
That's like Amazon speed. right?
Faster.
And by the way, I can vouch for the gear. It's very high quality stuff too. It's really, really well, and it grows with you. It's modular. They got a kind of a unique design in that sense as well. But one of the other cool things about what you guys are doing is being that you don't have to stock all this stuff. You can do, I don't know, it's not necessarily custom orders, but you're really coming out with some unique elements as far as like the colors of your second stage. We were talking about the red regulators I used on the second stages on my last Saba trip. That really popped in the videos and turned out really, really cool. But you're doing some other colors of first stages and even the metal hookups. Is that the next phase or what? What can you tell me in that regard?
Yeah, so we're now coming out with a blue second stage to just add to the colors.
Yeah.
And then we have a purple first stage, and all the hose fittings are going to be in chrome, black, and purple right now. And we're looking at doing blue as well, just to have fun with it.
Yeah. I mean, fun. It just looks cool.
Does look cool.
It does. I mean, they're probably some of the slickest looking regs I've seen on the market. And hey, it's important to dive good, but you got to look good too. You got to look marvelous. There's a throwback. Huh?
Wow.
Thank you. How old are you?
I got it.
Okay. Let's see. Well, you're pretty old.
That was
pretty
Billy
damn
Crystal.
Old. All right. Any
Billy Crystal.
Yeah, but Jared, good stuff. So, I mean, you feel positive about the future of the dive industry over the next month or two, despite all this tariff stuff, or what's your gut feeling about how this is going to be? Obviously, you guys are positioned well. Do you got a feeling overall for the industry, or what do you think there, Jared?
I think short term here, there's going to be some struggles, but I think I think people are going to come out okay. I don't think it's going to right now disrupt the industry too hard. If it keeps going, it might play more of an effect, but right now I think it's going to be okay.
Okay. Well, and that's kind of how I feel. I mean, there may be some hiccups here over the next few weeks as we figure out how this is going to play out, but I think long term, over the next months, over the next year and stuff, especially, as we get into the scuba show here at the end of May, I think things could really take a turn in the right direction for diving in general. And the scuba show, by the way, is looking strong. Jared's already told us he's going to pull out the stops. We're going to be giving away some pretty cool next dive gear at the show. Are we allowed to say anything yet, or are we going to keep that under wraps until we get closer, Jared? What do you think?
I think we can say stuff. Yeah. One of the regs I want to give out is our new one, the M1 Stealth.
Stealth. Ooh. And what makes it stealthy?
You
what do
can't
think?
see it coming.
See? Maybe. Well, I know it's kind of dark, matte, black finish, very, stealthy looking. Like a matte black. Like Batman, you know what I mean?
Love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. They're doing great stuff. NEXdive.com. Check them out online. We got more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
How, when, and where it's made has never been more important than now. Just ask all those divers and dive shops that struggled to get products and parts during the pandemic. One relatively new gear manufacturer, however, managed quite well. Nex is one of the few, if not only, dive gear manufacturers to bring regulator and design assembly back to the USA. No shortages during the pandemic for their customers and dealers. And get this, Nex was a Tester's Choice winner in Scuba Lab for 2022 and a Best Buy in 2023. Each Nex regulator system is made to order, cutting down on overhead and allowing you to get exactly what you need for the kind of diving you prefer. This will be the last regulator you'll ever need, since the modular design can easily be modified as your diving skills and preferences evolve over time. Are you ready to make your next dive your best dive? Then go to nexdive.com. That's NEXdive.com. Next Underwater Products. NextDive.com.
Celebrate diving to make a difference in the Florida Keys at the 3rd Annual iCare Trash Derby, May 1st through 4th. Sponsored by iCare and the National Marine Sanctuary Foundation. The Trash Derby culminates Sunday, May 4th from noon till 6 p.m. at Founders Park in Isla Mirada. You could win big prizes and enjoy food, live music, and meet the crew from Scuba Radio. Join us to celebrate Florida Keys divers' efforts to clean our seas. Details at iCareTrashDerby.com. Brought to you by the Monroe County Tourist Development Council.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I can't believe them dumbass white people out in the middle of the ocean scuba diving. Shoot. You ain't gonna get me scuba diving. I'm gonna tell you that damn much right now. I'm too damn fat. I'd mess around and feed all them sharks if I went scuba diving.
If I was a great white, I wouldn't bite you, but I'd swim right next to you. If I was a great white, I wouldn't bite you, but I'd swim right next to you, cause it's my ocean too. So please keep it clean, cause I can be wicked mean, and I got sharp teeth. And if I realize that you don't care about the sea, well, that means you don't care about me. Oh, well, that's fine. I'll just rip you in bloody half this time.
That's harsh.
Yeah, if I was a great white shark. Rah.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. I don't know, would you need we want to just play that song instead of the Amber Alert, alerting people that there could be sharks in the water?
I think they should play the Jaws theme.
The
That
Jaws
way
theme.
People would know.
Okay, instead of Amber Alert and any verbiage.
You just hear this. Dun, 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 dun.
Does the Amber Alert go off and then start just playing that music? Maybe that
that would help.
That would be a way to do it too. All right. Anyway, I digress. We still got Jared from nextdive.com on the line. So let's talk about this stealth regulator that they've just come out with. It's not even online yet. You don't even have it up on your website. Is that right, Jared?
That's
so
correct.
this is kind of world news right now.
Yeah,
So-
it's new.
So is there performance issues with this new NextDive regulator, or is it just the color and it looks cool, or what, or a combination of both? What is
No, it's extremely high performance. It's an overbalanced diaphragm that is the whole thing is black. The first stage, the fittings, the second stage, everything is all black.
So it's like the dark night of regulators. Is that a fair way to describe it? Maybe. So it's
Sure.
all right. So it looks stealthy. That's just how I pictured it in my mind. And so it's
badass.
all sounds pretty cool. So you would match that with with one of the color regs or the second stages, like the blue, red, black, whatever, or it's kind of up to you. It just whatever your preference is, I guess, right?
Completely up to you.
Yeah, I love it. You have options, many options, and color coordinations and things like that. I think that's a cool thing. So as far as it's going to show up on the website, I would imagine over the next few weeks. Is that the plan? Yeah.
That's correct. Over the next week or two.
Okay. And we're going to give one away, I believe, at the Scuba Show at the end of May.
Yes, we are.
All right. So, it's May 31st and June 1st, Saturday and Sunday morning. We open the show as we have for many, many years. And we'll be there with Jared and the crew from Next Dive giving away stealth regulators. So stealthy, they won't even see it.
You should give away. You should cook up black beans for people.
Black beans.
And then when you call them creatures from the Black Lagoon.
Okay. Has the edibles kicked in already?
No. God.
Okay. I don't know where that came
It's
from.
the Easter grass.
Okay, that's what it is. Jared, we've been all over the place today, so I'm going to apologize.
As usual.
Yeah.
I can tell.
But yeah, I mean, one of these stealth we're going to have the scuba magician. Maybe he can make one of these stealthy regulators appear. It's been there the whole morning, then poof. I don't know. I could talk to our magician friend about that. Jared, we come up with some pretty creative ideas. Most of them bad, but there might be one that floats to the surface. That
floater.
We got a winner.
We got a floater.
Okay. Also, we got the Eye Care Trash Derby that's actually going to be happening before the Scuba Show, and Jared and the gang at Next Dive have been nice enough to provide a nice gift for that as well. So I think you're okay with that, right, Jared? Or did I just call you out live on the radio?
No, I'm 100% okay with that.
Okay, good. It's a good cause, and they do the festivities at Founders Park. That will be May 4th down there in Isla Mirada in the Florida Keys from noon to 6. They got live music. Scuba Radio is going to be there. We're going to have the Scuba Magician there, too. So that'll be kind of like a precursor to the Scuba Show for our folks in Florida. So we're taking care of both coasts, left and right. Is that how it is? I mean, Keys count as East Coast, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's how we're going to do it. But yeah, Jared, good work as always, and glad you're positioned well. If any of these tariff things become an issue for the dive manufacturers, like I said, if it does, hopefully it'll be short-lived. We want everybody to do well.
Nextdive.com.
Yeah, nexdive.com. But actually, you guys did just upgrade your website the last few weeks, didn't you? I mean,
we did, and we're still working on it. We're going to be doing a behind-the-scenes B2B that dealers can log into and order parts, and we can start directing people to specific dealers and help people. Help the dealers out.
Well, there you go. I mean, once again, they're they've been around a few years. I mean, when did you start Next Dive? What do you say? It's been a few years.
We launched right when the pandemic happened.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go. Yeah, and like I said, they got a different kind of model. Quite creative in what they've been able to do, making a lot of good progress. Yeah. Was that Vinny just yawning?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What the hell? Vinny.
Well,
what?
Mute.
Yeah.
I had a late night last night.
Oh, okay. It wasn't you, Jared. Okay, just so for the record. It was Vinny's lack of sleep. Oh, golly. But, yeah. I mean, it'll be a good time. Vinny's going to be out there at the Scuba Show. I bet you would want one of those stealth regulators, wouldn't you, Vinny?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to win one because I can never make it to the front of the show for your giveaway.
Well, yeah. There's that issue of security.
I got to work my booth.
No, it's security. It's
that too.
We've given out specific guidelines for the
There's
people
an Amber
on site.
Alert for Vinny as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
How does that
Vinny
one go?
alert.
Anyway, is it beep beep beep, and then is there a song or what? What happens?
Well, that'd be a silver alert.
Oh, okay. Run for your life. Yeah.
Hide your cups.
Yeah.
I hear they're blocking me out of the restroom areas.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's
Watch
enough.
out for the Easter eel.
You got much more to worry about when it comes to Vinny Two Tanks, and we're just gonna leave that one lie. But yeah, it'll be here before we know it. The Scuba Show, ScubaShow.com. Once again, May 31st, June 1st are the dates. Plan accordingly.
That's in Long Beach.
Long Beach, California. We're going back to the convention center right by the Hyatt Regency. It'll be a great time.
Go west, young man.
Yeah, I know they're. Well, we had Mark Young, the guy who's the big kahuna from that last week on the show. It's already doing much better than it did last year, so I think it's going to be a big show. It might win a stealth regulator from nextdive.com. More coming up.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Bula Vinaka, I'm Maggie Khan of Matava Eco Resort, Nadeva, Kandavu, south of the Pacific Islands in Fiji. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to scuba diving. And now here's a guy I got liquored up enough to put on a grass skirt. Greg, the dive master. Greg, you wicked girl.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Only one time I wore a grass skirt. It was in Fiji.
Sure.
And it was kava. It wasn't liquora.
Sure.
It was kava. I was drinking kava, and it was like 10 tsunamis. You have low tide, high tide, and tsunami, which is like a really big, massive bra-sized coconut shell full of kava.
That's not strong enough to make you put on a skirt.
If you drink 10 of them, it is.
No, I've had.
Oh,
Greg,
yeah.
I think I drunk more than 10 and it didn't do nothing to me.
Yeah, you ran around butt-ass naked through the village. It's about got us kicked out of the country, Jerry, the dive guy.
He did?
Yeah. That's what I remember.
Wait, that must have been your dream.
Are you dreaming about
butt-ass
Jerry
naked
again?
Butt-ass naked, he did. Tell you what.
You dreaming.
On what trip? Was that the Fiji one? Or
Yeah, it was
trip?
Fiji.
I don't remember that.
Is that when he had all the coconut butter on his backside?
Yeah, and Sony did the massage thing, said he had a juicy butt. You remember that?
I do remember that, but I
Yeah.
don't remember him running out of there. He had clothes on when I saw him.
Well, not according to
I'm sticking up for you,
his
Jerry.
masseuse.
I appreciate it.
Anywho.
Now, he has been known to sport a mankini.
Well, and that's
Yep.
even more disturbing.
I mean, that's almost naked.
Yeah, it's well.
He did have a strategic hole in his Elvis costume.
Excuse me?
That one
But-
show.
I think that was a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, that's a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, we gotta be
Well,
careful.
let's not
of
get
those.
away from the fact that Greg wore a skirt.
Yeah.
I'm
That
glad I
liked
didn't see
it.
that.
Oh, there's pictures.
No thanks.
Oh
I'm good.
yeah, they're out there someplace, ready to bring down my reputation in a matter of seconds. But look, there was a lot of stuff going on this week. I had a stress test this week.
I thought this show was a weekly stress test
Well,
for you.
duh. And that should give you an indication on how well I did.
Did you do good?
Well, I
well?
mean, you guys have seen me over the last year. You think I'm in better shape than I was a year ago, or
Exactly the
worse?
same.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Really?
No change.
Vinny Two Tanks he's honest to a fault.
Not better, not worse.
What do you think, Vinny?
I think you're in good shape. I think you're diving strong.
Yeah, diving strong. Okay. And I'm a pretty attractive young man. Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
I didn't say that. I just said that you seem to be. When we went diving, you seemed very capable.
Okay.
He is a dive master.
And you know your hand signals other than and which I don't know. So,
well,
you're my god.
I know the hand signal for an eel, and now we have one for the Easter eel too.
Right. Yeah,
so we
which
created
is great.
a new one. So
that's
now you know two.
Yeah,
Vinny. Always a good diver is always learning.
Yes.
Right. Casey Tobacco Nut, you have a prediction on how well I did on my stress test this week?
Oh, you had a stress test.
I'm betting you probably did pretty good. You've been traveling hot and heavy, dragging all that luggage.
Yeah, okay.
I think you did pretty good.
All right, Jerry, care to make a comment? You're going to be the
you probably squeaked by.
Squeaked by or screwed the pooch?
Well, if you did,
knowing you probably did both.
If you didn't do well, you wouldn't be talking about it.
Well, that's true.
So
You
this is
must have
pretty
done
serious.
well.
The stress tests are very important. How did you do?
Well, I did pretty daggone good.
Good. Glad to hear it, because you got a problem with your stress test. That's bad.
That is really bad for someone
Yes.
who's had open heart surgery in
It'd
2016.
be time for a new monkey heart.
That's why I didn't realize you said you had a stress test. This is really important. It's not to joke around about.
Well, I have to have one every year, not because of diving, but because I'm trying to be a private pilot too. And they've been
that's right.
sticklers
Yeah.
from the FAA. And so I have to do this every year. So last year I did good. I did very good last year. And this year I did better. I did almost a minute longer. And after I was done, not only did I do well, the examiners said, well, actually, you're performing on par with a 21-year-old.
Bull.
Wow.
Yeah, baby. How about
No
that?
way.
Yeah, that's what they said.
All your parts?
What do you mean all your parts? It's a stress test, Vinny. It's not a pull test or.
You said you had the strength of a 21-year-old, and I was just
No, I said I did.
double-checking.
I performed as well as a 21-year-old.
Yeah, I'm happy for you.
And I'm not
Good. Just
21,
check it.
just for
I
the
just wa-
record.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he
What-
just meant
what'd
you
they
was
say
performing
about your
on
eyes?
a 21.
Well, Jerry laughed, so it must have been a good joke.
It was more of an observation, and I think it was a poor one at that.
Disturbing.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I did
thought it
well.
was funny, Benny.
Now, to what do you attribute this improvement?
Just, just being the awesome, diver that I am. And
So diving.
paying attention.
Diving helped?
Well, diving never hurts. I mean, you want to keep your stress down.
But you were
that's all I do.
diving about the
What?
same amount.
Yeah, diving about the same. But, I'm like, I watch, what I eat.
Plus, you take regular long walks.
Well,
don't
I
you?
watch
Don't you
everything I eat. It doesn't have to be good.
Go in your mouth.
Well,
Yeah,
Greg,
but I watch it before it goes
that
in.
doesn't
I eat it.
mean watching it from the spoon or fork to your mouth.
So says you.
That was
Wow.
funny.
Really? I don't. I thought it was marginal at best, but maybe that's just me.
Well, you're not supposed to eat margin. I mean, that's like
Margin.
bad butter.
Margin. Margin.
Margin.
Well,
Okay.
it's funnier on the West Coast.
Okay, maybe so. I don't know.
I can't
But
believe
keeping
it's not
active.
butthole.
That kind of thing. I walk a lot, and I exercise pretty regularly. So it's paying off evidently.
Well, you need to come up and go walking with me, Greg.
Why?
I'll take you
Are
on
you
a few
lonely?
walks.
You want
It's
to
all
go?
uphill.
You want to go slow walk
They're
on the
all
beach?
uphill.
They got a lot of trails where he's from.
We'll see how that monkey heart does.
Well, I'm doing fine. I don't need to do anything more. Why?
We'll put some terrain in front of it.
Okay. Why? What is the point of this?
Get more
We'll go
exercise.
hiking.
No, I don't need to. I'm performing as a 21-year-old. What do you take me down to a 14-year-old or something? I don't need that. 21's good enough.
Jerry would like that.
Oh boy.
That's not good, Casey.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
Spiraling downhill. Sorry.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
All right. Well, what are you guys doing to stay in shape these days? Are you walking? Obviously, Jerry's walking up and down mountains in Virginia. Is that what you're alluding to, I assume?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's how you stay in
Hiking.
shape?
Hell, he was
Hocking.
walking around last week when he was on the air.
He was hawking? That's right. He was hawking then.
I was hawking last
He was
week.
hawking and hiking.
Cliffs.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Vinny Two Tanks is a cyclist. You ride a bike.
Well, I
right?
ride my bike to the local pool and I swim a half mile and then ride back 6 days a week.
All right, so he rides
Well,
to the
that's
local
excellent.
pool, takes
Now,
a shower,
well,
comes
well,
back.
Hang on here a minute. Let's back up 1 second. Now, I don't know if riding an e-bike is really bicycling.
No, he rides a real bike, doesn't he?
I have a real bike, but I did add an electric motor to it. But
what
I never use it when I'm on flat ground. I pedal. The only time I use it is if I'm going up a hill, or if I'm into heavy wind and I'm tired.
Heavy wind.
I normally never turn it on.
All right.
So okay, so if you encounter someone in front of you that breaks wind, you're gonna use the electric on your bike to power through.
Essentially. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, it's working.
Casey, what are you doing to stay in shape?
Oh, I go to the gym 2 times a week.
And watches everybody work out on the machines? Oh, no, that's not right. Does that work? Does that count for something?
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't? All right. Hey, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You are now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Take a look at it on the ocean floor. Just go down there, take your scuba gear and go down there. One of you would do that, I know.
Ain't no egos, never egos. No egos underwater. Oh, no egos underwater.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, performing at the level of a 21-year-old, according to my stress test this week. And I'll take it. You know, it was an improvement. I think I went about a minute longer on my stress test compared to last year. I mean, they say, you know, they want you to get up. Yeah, you got to go, you know, when it comes for one of these things. The reason I'm doing it is not really for diving. It's because the FAA requires it, as I'm trying to be a private pilot for our Just Plain radio show, too. And I have to jump through a few extra hoops as a, you know, typical candidate to become a pilot because I've had open heart surgery in the past. And I'm 100%. I've fully recovered. Everything's fine. I mean, that was many, many years ago. Monkey heart performing. Top notch. I ain't going to lie. Every once in a while, I still have that urge to want to throw my poo at people that aggravate me. Jerry, the diver guy. And
why would you do that, Gregory?
I'm just saying. It's just one of the unfortunate side effects. But
you guys are about to go hiking hand in hand.
Well, yeah. And then as soon as he says something,
handle it.
As soon as he gives me the stink eye after some comment I make that he doesn't like, he might get one.
Which is normal all the time.
Yeah, well, you might get some poo thrown towards you.
How's that going to happen? I mean, you just keep it handy? Do you keep it in your diaper?
Moving on.
Do you wear a diaper, Greg?
Moving on. 90%.
In his pocket.
They want you to perform or get your heart rate up to like 90% of maximum heart rate or something like that. For me, it was 160 beats per minute, which is pretty fast. You got to be pumping.
Yeah, you got to be rocking.
I mean, the last minute and a half, I was jogging pretty hard to get it up there. And I was like, oh, God, hurry up already. And but, you know, I got there and it was all fine. They said, wow, that's pretty good. You performed like a 21-year-old. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Take that, you young whippersnappers.
You know, they say that to everybody.
No, that's a lie. That is a lie.
Even the guy with the cane. Hey, you're walking like a 21-year-old. Yeah.
No.
They just didn't want to hurt your feelings.
A 21-year-old with a broken leg, asthmatic.
Huh.
They didn't want to make you cry.
Yeah. Well, have you guys ever considered doing one of those tests just to, you know, check in, make sure your heart's performing the way it should?
I have.
I've done one of those tests. They told me I was like a 19-year-old. So.
Okay. Casey has basically reaffirmed that he is a liar.
I know that you were a liar.
Yeah, see? Jerry the diver guy, what say you?
Yes, I have done one.
And? How'd you perform?
Told me I was a 20-year-old.
Oh, God, here we go. I think we found another liar. I think the whole lying scenario seems to be contagious today on Scuba Radio.
We need a lie
they
detector
said.
test.
You know the one person on this show that never lies.
Me.
It's Vinny.
Vinny Two Tanks.
And I never had a stress test.
Really?
That's because my electrical system was shot. So now I've got, I'm a cyborg now.
Yeah.
So
your electrical system was shocked.
They can
Is that what
actually
he said?
adjust my heart.
Yeah.
They can remotely log into me and adjust my heart anytime they want.
That's scary.
Yeah.
And I actually have to pay them money so they don't flip the switch to the off position. Otherwise, I just drop dead.
Wow. That's a nice uplifting thought.
Yeah, I know. It's depressing, isn't it?
So is that a government program?
You have a pacemaker?
I've had one for years.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you weren't supposed to die with a pacemaker.
Yeah, it's a special kind.
But Vinny, in his panic, as the doctor said, you need a pacemaker, I Googled it and found out they make scuba diving models.
They do.
And the next day, the guy, I told the guy about it, the cardiologist. The next day he came in with a rep from a company, and I've got a recreational dive model that'll take me. I can go to 130 feet, and the rep said it'd probably go deeper than that. But I go, hey, I ain't going deeper than that, so it's fine. And I've tested it. I've taken it down to 115, and
right.
Seems to work okay.
Might as well push the limit.
Go to 130 and be
going
done,
deeper if it stops.
Yeah. No side effects either. Other than you can't walk past an empty cup without.
Well, you whoa,
and you thought me throwing my poo at people was an issue. Anywho.
And that was just plastic.
That's a long. That's a long.
That's
story.
another story for another day.
We don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, so you've never had one of those treadmill stress tests?
No, I haven't had to because I never had any blockages or anything.
Yeah, but when you ride your bike and stuff, you're pretty athletic, and
Well, I've been staying less than 155 now for almost 2 years. I've dropped a lot of weight.
Yeah. Well, what did you max out at? How tall are you, Vinny?
I'm 5'9".
And how tall is Mini Vinny? 3 foot.
I don't know.
Max?
Anyway, I went from over 200, and I'm down. I'm keeping below 155. Sometimes I'm down to 151.
What's your secret? What do you do?
What happened was I started just riding my bike, and I started going to the pool 2.5 miles every day.
Yeah.
And then I noticed that my appetite, as you get older, I don't need that. When I eat something, if I feel satiated, I just stop. I kind of wash my portions.
Do you think that makes you a better scuba diver at this lower weight?
I think. Oh yeah, my breath control and everything. Absolutely.
Yeah, your air consumption.
I always come back. I always come back with over 1,000 with using an 80.
Yeah. Well, I mean, was that better than what it was when you were heavier? You think?
Oh yeah, much better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All
Yeah.
right. So there you go, a walking, living example of what.
Of course, if I had a stealth regulator that breathes really good, I might even be better.
No, that'll never happen. You won't be able to meet us out front because he's going to have to be working.
Yeah,
the show.
I won't get that lucky.
And security has been informed.
I'll have to keep using the Chinese models I have.
Oh, God help you.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Help you.
Now there's 125% tariff on the new one.
Maybe. I don't know. We don't know yet. I mean,
well, see, that should just be more reason to buy a next regulator there, Vinny.
Oh, I should do that. Yes. Yeah.
Save that 125%.
And I can get a stealth one, so when I go diving and pack my bag, I won't be able to find it.
Okay. I don't think that's what they're going for, but
The good news is they can't tariff the water.
That is true. Well, and then, just for the record, they haven't really tariffed anything yet. I mean, nothing is affecting dive gear just yet. And it may not even be an issue here in a few weeks. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out.
They're coming at the table, so
yeah, I mean,
everybody's wanting to talk.
We'll see. I mean, hopefully, like I said, if there's any disruption at all, maybe it'll be very minor. We just don't know at this point. But it's kind of good to know when it comes to next dive. I mean, if you were to get one of those stealth regs, I love that flat black, Dark Knight kind of vibe, Batman and stuff.
Is that on the first stage or is that on the second?
Well, it can be both. But you could mix it up to your preference. You could get one of those second stages, like the red one I have, or blue.
Greg, you could look like Batman because you wear that little black beanie head thing.
Yeah.
You wear that when you dive. So all you need to do is slap a couple little ears on there.
I'm Batman. Yeah, I could do that. Should I do that?
More like Fart Man.
No, that's Howard Stern.
I know, but it applies to Greg.
I don't understand why you would say that.
It is too. I mean,
because you're ripping ass all the time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's got a bottle of gas hung in his ass that need to be passed.
That is incorrect. You guys are incorrect.
You would
Once
kill
again,
the Easter eel.
I mean, I said the line was contagious.
You would kill the Easter eel.
The Easter eel.
With your noxious
With this kind of talk, young man, the Easter eel's not going to leave candy for you.
Good.
I don't think that's a good thing.
I don't want that poo candy.
I don't think it's gonna barrel.
I don't want no poo candy.
Leave out anchovies.
All right, before this gets any worse, let's just wrap it up. Remember, it's always better. Wear gang.
Where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.